Hello everyone, welcome to the Heroes Amongst Us segment of TheShreeChannel. Today we have a pleasure of meeting a wonderful person whom I have personally known. She has found her spiritual path and an art to live her life to the fullest. Welcome to the show, Preeti.
Thank you, Tanuja. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure and an honor for me to be here this evening.
So Preeti, can you share a little bit about your personal and professional life?
Sure. I live in Atlanta, Georgia with my husband and my son. And Atlanta was first home for me after I left from Mumbai many years ago, and I did my master's. I came here to do my master's at Georgia Tech. After that, I moved to Austin, Texas for a few years, worked there for Dell Computers, and then moved back to Atlanta for almost 17 years now. I'm back in Atlanta, so this is home here. And professionally, I work as a program manager for a company called the Ultimate Chronos Group, and I implement workforce management systems, and retail and hospitality verticals is my specialty. At the end of the day, as much as a job gives stimulation to the left side of the brain and pays for your bills, I ask myself, what is it that truly brings me contentment and fulfills me in life in a very meaningful way? And that's where my work that I do with the Art of Living Foundation, teaching breathwork and meditation programs comes into play. So that's what really completes my life, and it's a very integral part of my life and my family's life.
So Preeti, you just mentioned about your spiritual work. So how did you start on this path? What was your experience and what kept you going?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I reflect on it every once in a while myself. How did I start? I was a young student back then. This is back in 1998. I thought I had way too many important things in life to take care of. And meditation and breathwork, these were some of the last things that could have ever featured on my list to do or list to get to. I stumbled upon the Art of Living program. A friend of mine had taken it and he really thought it would transform my life. I resisted for a long time, trust me. For a long time, I tried every possible excuse, but nothing was working. And then finally I gave in and I thought, what am I to lose? Maybe a few hours, a few rupees, few hundred rupees. And I thought I'll just check the box. And that's how I ended up in that, it used to be called the basic course back then. And I went with a pretty closed mindset because I didn't think I needed anything to improve my life. I did not tell any of my friends, only my family knew about it because I was gone from home for long hours. And the philosophy that was talked about in the course did resonate with me some, but I was one of the ones who thought, this is all good said and done, it's good for the books and it's good for preachers to preach, but I don't think this is practical. I don't think this can become a reality. How can somebody live their life in such an idealistic manner? That's what I thought, so I brushed it aside a little bit. The experience of Sudarshan Kriya, that's the breathing technique that's taught in the Art of Living program. That was something that I could not refute because that was a real experience. It took me to a blank state of mind. It made me experience a lightness inside of me that I hadn't experienced in a while. As a young student, there were so many challenges and situations you're going through, relationships and the pressure to perform, and also I found myself that time with the pressure to fit in, and I was starting to become someone that I truly was not, and my naturalness was going away, and like that whole conflict that you go through, that's what I was challenged with. But after I experienced those breathing techniques, I was able to feel light. I was able to feel my emotions more in control and balance. And I was like, wow, this is not something that I can run away from. This is going to help me. So after the program, I kept practicing the breathwork, the Sudarshan Kriya technique, as much as I could. And every time I practiced, I would feel like, a strength inside of me would come out. And that would allow me to handle any difficult situation that I was posed with. And within a few years, so few things happened. Within the next month of my taking the program, I also had the fortune to have a pretty private audience with Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who's the founder of the Art of Living. in a very, very intimate setting in Mumbai. I still remember that time. It was a small apartment, maybe 100 or 200 people. And his presence made a big difference. And I thought, oh, here's someone that actually moves with that lightness. And I saw a number of instances, even in that short meeting, where I saw him living what was talked about in the program. And that made me feel like, okay, this is not just another thing that is in some book or some video that someone's watching. But there seems to be something more genuine about this. But anyways, it kept going like that. And within a couple of years was when I moved to the US. And like I said, I came to Georgia Tech. And that was a very challenging time. Moving away from family, and the things that I was dealing with were multiplied many-fold. Now you have to be financially independent, a completely new social setting that you have to fit into. And that's when I realized that I have to lean on the strength inside of me. There is nowhere or no one else to go to ask for support. Like, how long are you going to keep doing that, And I remember my mother, who was not as gung-ho about me learning the breath work and going to these programs when I was back home in India. On one of the phone calls when I was talking to her, she's like, are you still doing your Art of Living breath work? And I said, okay. Even she trusts that this is something that I've carried with me that is going to, take care of me while I'm away from home. And that's what kept me going. And I had seen how these techniques, the philosophy of life skills that was taught in the program, slowly but surely started becoming a reality in my life. And I thought, wow, this is so powerful. I see students around me going through similar challenges and similar ups and downs and similar emotional imbalances. If it has helped me, it can help so many that may be in a similar situation. And it's amazing. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people seem okay on the surface, but there's so much going on behind the scenes in their life. And that is what kept me going. And soon enough, I went on to take the teacher training program. And a shy girl who wanted no one to know about even her participating in the program, soon enough started to take every opportunity to tell everyone about the benefits of it so that they can experience it in their life also.
So Preeti, I see that your spiritual journey started so early in your life. See, there is this notion that the spiritual path is only for the older people or the retirees. So what do you have to say for our younger generation?
Yeah, it's a great question, because I also was one of the believers of that philosophy until I had my own experience. And all I have to say is, after you're done with all your life responsibilities and everything, what are you going to do anyways with meditation, the clarity that it gives you, the dynamism that it brings in your life? So I would advise everyone to start as early as possible, because it brings so much clarity, so much focus, so much joy, so much productivity in your personal life, in your professional life. Why would you not want to have something like that in your life? And make your life more of a celebration. Make your life more, meaningful. So that's what I would say.
So Preeti, can you tell us a little bit more about the programs that you facilitate?
Yeah, so I facilitate the Art of Living program, the Sky Breathing and Meditation program, where we teach pranayamas, we teach Sudarshan Kriya, which is a very, very powerful breathing technique that really detoxifies your whole system at a level of a cell, making you feel lighter, making you feel more joyous. And then I also facilitate the Sahat Samadhi meditation program. It's a mantra-based meditation program. It really allows you to settle deep and get in touch with that deepest layer that's inside of you, from where creativity dawns, from where joy and wellness in life dawns. I also teach these programs for university students. My alma mater, Georgia Tech, I'm very fortunate to be in Atlanta still, and I'm very closely associated with Georgia Tech, and we teach several programs this semester at Georgia Tech. In fact, it's also offered as a credit class at Georgia Tech.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So those are some of the flavors of the programs that I facilitate.
So Preeti, I see that you are extremely busy, that you work full time, you have a family to take care of, but it's still, you take time to give back to the community where there is no monetary compensation. How does it inspire you to, be on this and then take this to other people around you?
Yeah, all of us have personal lives, professional lives, and it is our choice what we want to keep ourselves busy with, right? Even just a job of taking care of a household in itself can be sufficient to fill up your entire day. There are so many things to take care of, right? Let alone all these other things. But just today we saw the incident that happened here in Atlanta, where there are very young people that are not able to find mental balance.
Exactly.
And that is impacting not just their lives, but also the lives of our community, our society, our children, isn't it? So there is so much need for education and mental wellness, not just as a concept or ideology, and not just as videos and books, but as an experience. And I have seen personally in my life, in my own life, in the lives of so many people that have come to these programs, what power this wisdom and, more importantly, these techniques have to transform lives, right? Because somebody could be going through a bad day, and that does not remain confined to their own moods and their family's moods and emotions, but it also impacts our entire society. Today in the United States, just in the first 4 months of 2023, we have had over 160 mass shootings. I mean, this is a matter of shame for our society. So what can we do? And one thing is, you can just sit and complain and worry and say, oh, what is going on? Oh, something has to improve. People have to improve. People have to change. But another thing is to really take, the next step to see what can we do to educate the people in mental wellness, because that is the root cause of it, right?
Exactly.
I don't think anybody can deny that. And I feel responsible, not just for my family and for my work, but I feel like I have a responsibility towards my community, my society, this country, and the world at large. And whatever little bit I can do in my capacity to make a difference, to leave this life a better place for our next generation, that's all I do. And that's my sole inspiration. And of course, leading the path is my spiritual master, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar. He does this work day in and out, and that truly inspires me.
So Preeti, I myself is a Art of Living follower, and then I know that how our own breathing can change our state of mind. So do you have any technique to give our TheShreeChannel viewers so they can have some experience too?
Absolutely, I'd love to do that. Let's do a very powerful technique that relieves emotions of anxiety. I was just reading a survey today. It said about 80% people on a daily basis go through some emotions of stress or anxiety every day, some form or fashion. So it's that prevalent in our lives, yeah. So this is a very powerful technique, very simple, and you can do it anywhere you are. You could be even in a workplace. You could just close your eyes and do it for a few minutes, and you will see it makes a big difference. Wow. It's called the straw breath. So I'll tell you how to do it. Okay. You can do it with me.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, inhale normally. And when we exhale, we're going to exhale through our lips. Okay. We're going to make a straw out of our lips, an imaginary straw. Okay. And exhale very, very slowly. Okay. And we'll do it with our eyes closed.
Okay.
So let's close our eyes. We'll take a breath in and out. And now inhale through the nose, just a normal breath. And when you exhale, you make a straw, an imaginary straw, out of your lips and exhale slowly. And continue for a few minutes. slowly and gradually. You may open your eyes.
I can already feel the difference. Feel very calm.
Isn't it? You can do this for maybe 6 to 8 breaths. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or like something is just not in balance, and it just settles it down.
It was an absolute pleasure and honor to talk with you today, Preeti. I'm pretty sure our Shree channel viewers will definitely benefit from this. So thank you for all your time, and we wish you a very best on this journey of yours and your contribution to make this a stress-free and violence-free society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanuja, and thank you for having me here on this show. I'm so happy to participate in something so good, where good work in the society is being highlighted, and we need more and more and more of that. The voice of peace needs to be heard loud and clear.
Absolutely.
So thank you for doing all the good work that you're doing through TheShreeChannel.
Thank you.